Everyone, Luis Concepcion here from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 28. As always, here's our disclosures. This content for educational purposes only is not tailored to any one individual. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investment involves risk. Go ahead and cover the news this week. Provide a market overview of the indices. Earnings season is picking up and starting. We got 97 companies reporting this week, and mainly, as always, the banks are starting us off. Here's our week results for last week. Went 2-2, so a break-even week, uh, and that's that. Here's our outlook on earnings. Like I said, we got mainly all the banks, and I think the other big names that we got on Thursday is going to be UNH, TSM, and Netflix, and I'll cover those during when we get to the charts. Went ahead and I updated our stats for week 27. Levi's and Pepsi worked, SAR and WD-40 did not, bringing us to 74 and 18 on the year. Moving into our news for the week, as you can see on Monday, we don't have any news affecting the markets. Transitioning into Tuesday, we got several CPI reports that will happen prior to the market, so be mindful of that as the open can be volatile. Now, this is interesting that they have Fed Chairman Walsh, and he's testifying at 7 o'clock. So be mindful. Last two times he hasn't said anything and said he was delaying everything for a month. And then they said they weren't going to keep us updated. So this is interesting that they have him on the calendar again for Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So be out of your trades or just be mindful that he may or may not something that can impact the markets on Tuesday. For those of you trading futures and Forex, the British pound will be affected at the close of the market on Tuesday. So be mindful of that. Transitioning into Wednesday, we got PPI reports prior to the market open, so that could cause some volatility into the opening. And then the Canadian dollar will be affected. And you can see we have Chairman Walsh testifying again. So curious to see what he's going to be talking about Tuesday and Wednesday. So be mindful of that. British pound and the Canadian dollar being affected on Wednesday as well. Then Thursday, nothing significant, or Friday, and we may be paying attention to the recovery if or something happens with the Fed speaking and scheduled to for 2 days. Moving into the charts, as you can see, the SPX has stayed between our levels pretty much. 7238.19 to 7170.27 is still our demand zone on the macro levels. For supply, 7563 to 0.69 to 7624.85. Utilize this level with caution, and his worked already two times. And July is historically a positive month. Still, the S&P 500 may be looking to make all new time highs, and Apple pretty much did that last week. So if Apple keeps pushing higher, the S&P can make an all new time high. NASDAQ looking a little bit weaker, still hasn't got back up to our level, but again, utilize this level with caution. 30450 to 3791.84. NASDAQ having more supply on the lower time frames due to Micron, Intel, and a couple of other tech stocks, and NVIDIA is approaching supply as well. So if you're going to short, insure, or do verticals, likely to more do it on the NASDAQ as opposed to the S&P 500. Then our demand zone, 27820.11 to 27485.99 on the demand side. Moving on to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones pretty much showed a little bit of weakness, however, has no supply. First demand zone I have for you is still at 497.16 to 492.30. And then lastly, the almighty RUT, the RUT not having any supply either. First demand zone I have for you is still the 2721.44 to 2690.31. Transitioning into the earnings for the week and starting with Monday after the market, first company I have for you is going to be First Bank, ticker symbol FBK. No supply on the demand side, 45.78 to 44.20. Transitioning to Tuesday morning, first bank I have for you is going to be Citi reporting. Supply all the way up at 196.08 to 235.17, sorry, 235.63. On the demand side, 117.42 to 115.55, with a subsequent level at 104.38 to 101.43. Next company I have for you is going to be Goldman Sachs, ticker symbol GS. No supply on the demand side, 866.79 to 849.67. Next company I have for you is going to be JP Morgan. All these banks are reporting on Tuesday morning. First level I have for you, no supply in JP Morgan, 314.81 to 308.40. Next company I have for you is going to be Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. No supply, demand zone at 54.26 to 53.34. Next company I have for you is going to be Fast Now, ticker symbol FAST. Been holding our levels all year. You can see that this level has worked already, so utilize it with caution. 49.16 to 50.61 is the last supply level that this company has. On the demand side, all the way down here at 38.55 to 36.61. Moving on to Wednesday morning for Progressive, ticker symbol PGR. On the demand side, 182.73 to 185.08. On the supply side, 257.96 to 270.93. This just caught my eye for those of you who are a little bit more aggressive. 206.64 to 198.40. Next company I have for you is going to be BlackRock, ticker symbol BLK. Our demand zone you can see has been holding, has worked several times. 934.86 to 887.22 on the demand side. Supply 1198.59 to 1220.28. Next up, Morgan Stanley, ticker symbol MS. No supply on the demand side. 202.95 to 197.17. As you can see, most of our banks do not have supply zones, and that's because the Fed is expected to hike rates 2 more times before the end of the year, meaning that the banks will make more money. Next company I have for you is going to be Johnson & Johnson, no supply. First demand zone I have for you is going to be at 231.91 to 227.18. Next up, PNC, no supply. Sorry about that. On the demand side, 222.11 to 214.68. Next company I have for you is Cintas, ticker symbol CTAS. On the demand side, 161.11 to 153.84. On the supply side, 221.85 to 228.57. Moving on to Wednesday afternoon after the market. First company I have for you is going to be JB Hunt, ticker symbol JBHT. No supply on the demand side, 229.39 to 221.15. 279 plus or minus 19. Yeah. All right, next company I have for you is going to be UNH. This level is going to be aggressive. You can wait till UNH reports Thursday prior to the market and see what happens here. Just be mindful that this level is very aggressive based off where it's at. So the first supply zone I have for you is going to be at 579.04 to 607.24. On the demand side, 325.19, 300.18. Utilize this level with caution depending on what happens with UNH prior to Thursday. Next company I have for you is going to be TSM. Demand zone 342.05 to 335.33. I'm going to display these levels. These are more aggressive levels and shorter time frame levels. So if you go down to the 60-minute, you can see that we have a level here at 454.24 to 460.04, and we have a subsequent level at 474.59 to 479.14 on the micro levels. Next company I have for you is GE, also reporting Thursday morning. Ticker symbol GE. No supply on the demand side, 329.87 to 317.70. Next company I have for you is Abbott Laboratories, ticker symbol ABT. Our demand zone from last time has held 83 to 73.50 on the demand side. On the supply side, 120.12 to 122.56. Reporting Thursday afternoon, Netflix. On the demand side, this is a large level, 71.24 to 58.42. On the supply side, 90.91 to 94.77. Next company I have for you is going to be Alcoa, ticker symbol AA. On the demand side, 42.75 to 41.12. Does have supply, but nothing until major until $80. So that is going to be Alcoa. Next company I have for you is going to be ISRG, Intuitive Surgical. On the demand side, 340.37 to 319.86 with a subsequent level right underneath it, 317.95 to 303.52. On the supply side, 521.03 to 540.45. Last company I have for you is Autoliv, ticker symbol ALV. No supply on the demand side, 105.53 to 99.09. Gonna do it for me in the charts this week. If you're not doing so already, follow me on social media. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email me. And as always, till next time, happy trading.